it's talking about things that you do commonly. Okay? Before we even go over it, if you're stating what you and your friends do during a typical week, the skills that are involved are the skills that we've already been doing. Okay? We have to conjugate ER, AR, and IR verbs. Okay. Why? Why is it important to conjugate ER verbs to say what you do? Like, why does that matter? Because we've just been doing it, but why? It's not a trick question. Why do you conjugate verbs? So why is that important when you're talking about what you do during a typical week? Why is it important to be able to conjugate? So it makes sense. That's basically the easy way to put it, so you don't sound crazy. So you don't say things like, you camp during the week, or whatever the sentence is. So you make sense, okay? The other thing that's important is using phrases to describe days of the week and times of the day. We've done days of the week, and we have some times of the day. Today, things that we're going to need. Yesterday, we identified your weaknesses as reading on the test, as writing in Spanish, and mainly that's because of vocabulary. So there are two things that I want you to keep with you today. Vocabulary, have this on your desk if you don't have it. Just give me the conjugation for número dos. Give me what you wrote for número dos. Número dos. Write it down real quick. Keep it down. We'll show it at the same time. Got to make sure we're good with conjugation before we start talking. Cut off a little too much. You close up.
Wait, what are we doing?
Número dos. On your homework. Número dos. If you weren't here, you can still try. Número dos?
Número dos.
Medione, número uno. Alright. Chelsea, start finishing up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Show me. Okay. How did you get there, Champagne? How did you get to L-E? Y'all are all right. Y'all are all right. L-E-E-M-O-S is the right answer. How'd you get there, Champagne?
Take the ER off.
Okay, so you take the ER off of what? Be specific.
Take the ER off on here.
Okay, so you take that off and you have this. Now what?
I conjugate it because nosotros means we.
Okay, so how do you know whether to put amos, amos, or emos? How do you know which one of those do you put?
Because it's an ER verb.
Okay, so you put emos. Muy bien. Okay, Juwan, show yours again. Take a look at Juwan's. Because we have more than one person do this, and some of y'all just changed it. Tell him why it is not A-S-I-S-T-E-S. Josephine, tell him why it's not A-S-I-S-T-E-S.
Oh my God, because it's talking about students and we're not cooking in the shop and we're not talking about friends and now.
Juwan, you got that? What'd she say? Okay. So, Juwan, look at this. Here's how you think this through. I might give you a word you don't know. That happened on here. You had a few words you didn't know. Juwan, number 6. First of all, can you tell me what type of verb you're dealing with? A-R, E-R, or I-R? IR verb. Okay, so we know what set of endings we're using. Say you don't know what this means. Do you know what this means? No. Okay, you don't know what this means, so that works out perfectly. Can you tell me about whether it's singular or plural? How do you know? Okay, so on each one of these charts, one side is singular, one side is plural. Which side is plural? That way? What way is that way? The right. So all of these, you have singular, plural, singular, plural. So Juwan, if you said your subject is plural, and we said we have a what type of verb? We have an IR verb? It has to be one of these. Now can you knock it down to one? How?
We see which one includes you.
Okay, which one includes you? Which one of these includes you?
Top one.
Top one. So are you included right there? No, so you can't use it. Alright, so that's how you use process of elimination. If you okay, here's what I want. Keep it on your board. Person on the left, Aaron, you're going to be talking to Precious. You're going to be person on the left. Person on the left, ask them if they read. We just said that. We just said it. Yes. Give them an answer, person on the right. Leo. Switch it up. Person on the right, ask them if they read. Person on the right, ask them.
No,
Leo.
Hey, who thinks they can do it? For everybody, perfectly. Jamaica's like, me? What? It doesn't matter whoever asks and whoever says it, but go ahead.
Wait, I gotta ask them.
It doesn't matter who asks and who answers.
Oh, let's.
She asked you already.
No, yo nunca leo.
All right, give me Caitlin Champagne. I'll go for it. How would you say yes? I read Champagne. Just quick. Perfect. See, you didn't have to write. Here's your direction. So our objective today is to talk about what you and your friends do during a typical week. So we're going to put that into practice. You're going to be actually speaking and saying these kinds of things because that's what the goal is. Okay? When you came here the first day and I said, why are you here to speak Spanish? Here we are. Okay. Some of y'all are like, no, I didn't. All right. Here's your scenario that I'm going to give you. You're on a blind date. Okay? If you are, okay, you can pretend like in speed dating, like if you don't want to pretend that one of y'all is like Raphael, whatever. You can either be on a blind date or you can be meeting a new friend if you feel like doing that, okay? With someone your friend set you up with, here's the thing. You know the basics about this person. You know their age, you know their name, you know like where they're from. So you don't need to talk about all that. But what you don't know is what they like and dislike, what they like to do, what they don't like to do, what they do during the week, you know? So here's what's going to happen. You're going to be asking each other questions to find out whether or not or what they like to do or what they do in their free time. We're not doing that. This is the first day. You're going to bring that up on the first day. Don't focus on that. Remember, you're not focusing on the basic information. You're focusing on
I'm just saying this. All right. So if I be like, hola, buenos días, she said, and I be like, mucho gusto.
Not like
Hold on. Well, when I was mucho gusto, she said, what? It's me. She said, what the word is?
I'm like, wow.
That's what people say. It's too early. So I just say the word. Don't say two. Say that the
I also
like who say oh?
you gotta conjugate fish. I'm just like, wait, how many answers?
Practice run with your partner, and then I'm going to come around while y'all are doing that and make sure we have any pronunciation things worked out. Okay, so about 2 minutes, practice run, then we'll get started. All right? And start wrapping it up.
Chile gusta.
Say y'all said it right. This is complex. Yes, sir.
No, that's what I mean. Papas fritas. See you como papas fritas. Ciao. Adios.
Just like what it looks like.
Papas fritas.
While they are presenting, here's my expectation for you. While they are presenting, you're going to be listening closely, obviously, and you're going to be given the score. 10 is obviously the highest in each category. That means a total out of 30, okay? Pronunciation, here's what you're listening for. Can you understand what was going on? If you don't understand what was going on because you don't know the vocabulary, that's not really their fault, okay? But if it's flowing well, if they're saying the words correctly, if it kind of makes sense, that's what you're looking for. Presentation. Can you hear them? Do they speak clearly and face you? Listen for if there are unnecessary pauses, like if they lose their place, if they start giggling, if they start speaking English. That's not good. That's not a 10. Okay? So watch that. Content. Did they conjugate verbs correctly? Okay, so did they put the right English on verbs? Did it sound right? Were vocabulary words used correctly? We had somebody last block who said, do you eat postcards? I don't know why I know that. I said, do you eat postcards? Listen for things like that. Yeah, just watch that with everything included, okay? So, it was not, yeah, there we go. It was not good. Okay, so at the end, what you're going to do, you'll give them a score 1 through 10 out of each category. Be fair, be realistic, okay? Because I'm grading it too, so I'm going to have an idea as well. And then give them some sort of feedback. It doesn't have to be long, but I don't just want good job. You can say, like, good job pronunciation. You could ask a question, like, did you mean to say this? Or you could say, you said you eat comic strips. You can say that, okay? So you could give that that feedback to them, but be specific with it. So my expectation is that you do this for each group. Each group, okay? Make sure you're listening to their presentation because you don't want points off of yours for that. Precious, we'll make yours work out.
Hola, bien, ¿y tú? Yo estoy bastante bien. ¿Qué haces en el tiempo libre? A veces, camino por la playa o hablo por teléfono. ¿Caminas por la playa? Sí, yo siempre camino por la playa. Yo también me gusta acampar. ¿Te gusta acampar? A veces. Bueno, tengo que irme. Hasta luego. Regular. Hasta luego.
Good job.
Good job, Good job.
Muy bien.
Good job, right?
All right, grade and feedback. What were they talking about?
She asked us like the camp and stuff.
Okay, but there was more going on with camp. Okay, there was more. There was something going on por la playa. What was going on?
Oh, on the beach. Oh, the beach.
Doing what along the beach?
Mucho gusto. Sí, yo escucho mucho.
¿Acampas?
No me gusta acampar. ¿Cómo es sandwiches? ¿Comes sandwiches?
No me gustan sandwiches.
Les.
Sí, odio.
Adiós, amigo.
All right. So what were they talking about?
¿Estás?
Estoy bien. ¿Y tú?
Excelente.
¿Te casas?
No, yo nunca pesco. ¿Les libros?
Sí, yo libros.
No, yo nunca buceo. ¿Con qué frescas acampa?
Yo nunca acampo.
Hasta mañana, amigos.
Chao.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Muy bien.